Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Matt Horn
is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Moving at speed of sound, we can hedgehog around. Got ourselves a situation, stuck in a new location without any explanation. No time for relaxation. Don't blink, don't think, just go. Sonic, he's on the run. Sonic, he's number one. Sonic, he's coming next, so watch out for Sonic. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go faster. Sonic, gotta go fast, gotta go faster. Sonic X.
Hello? Is this thing on? Matt? Hey, it's Megan. Are you there? Matt? Well, hey, I'm calling about Sonic. X. It's on Netflix. Everyone's watching it. Are you watching it? Matt? Are you watching Netflix? Are you watching Netflix right now? Matt? Pick up. Hello?
On the line, we have Megan Hollingshead talking to us. From where are you talking to us from, Megan?
Los Angeles, California. Beautiful Los Angeles. Actually, to be specific, I'm in Highland Park. Billie Eilish's hometown, if you know Billie Eilish.
I love Billie Eilish.
Yeah, apparently she lives right around the corner from me.
Because you mentioned Billie Eilish living almost next door to you. There's been an announcement within the last week or so that she's doing the new Bond film.
That is so brilliant and so right. I love that. And by the way, not to make you think like Billie Eilish and I live in some fancy Hollywood neighborhood. It's kind of bohemian, but yeah, it's super chill here. We're talking like, small houses close together, lots of walking around, lots of noise and traffic and cars and real people.
Well, it's raining here.
Well, no surprise.
Yeah.
Do you know where you live?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's so bad. But that's like me saying it's sunny here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it rain every day?
Yes.
Yes. Nice. We could use rain.
I love voiceover artists, as you know, Megan. And when I look at these IMDb's for people like yourself, I'm just in awe. I really am.
And it's funny because until I am writing a bio or trying to pitch myself to conventions, I don't really think of my career that way. It feels like one lucky happenstance after another. Oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh, then they let me do that. Wow, then I woke up one morning and that was happening. So it's neat to hear from your perspective of just looking at the stuff I've done as one big thing that's cool.
Well, obviously the reason why I've got you here is to talk about Sonic X.
Well, that's so cool. So tell me what you're thinking about Sonic X.
Well, the thing is, Sonic X came out in 2003, right? Mm-hmm. So we're talking about a project that hasn't been talked about possibly for 17 years, and Netflix has decided to basically re-release the whole entire thing on Netflix. Why wouldn't they? Do you remember much about the actual project in actually recording it?
Yes and no. Well, first of all, I had a very small part. I mean, I had a lot of little parts, but yeah, my quote-unquote biggest part was as the news reporter Scarlett Garcia, which nowadays no one would ever cast me as a character with a Spanish name because that's just not cool. You don't cast white people in Spanish parts. During those years, I was lucky enough to work for 4Kids Productions, and my first job with them was doing Nurse Joy on Pokemon, and then My Valentine on Yu-Gi-Oh! And they would throw into the booth whoever was around for whatever show they were doing. So the beauty of that was that I was a utility player for 4Kids, I mean, it was awesome. They would say, do you have this voice? Do you have that voice? Can you be a little boy? Can you be an old German woman? And I always said yes. And sometimes I listen to those old episodes and I just laugh. Sometimes I think, wow, that was horrible, and I did it anyway. But sometimes I'm like, wow, I actually didn't know I could do that. If someone asked me today, I would probably say no. So it was a good time. So when Sonic X happened, I knew it was a game, but I didn't know much about it. I've oddly never been a gamer. I'm impressed by people who game, but as I say, like, I'm an actress, I gamble with my life, so games aren't that appealing. But yeah, my memory of Sonic X was that it was a ton of fun, as everything was, working at 4Kids in those days. And what else? I loved the other people in the cast. I wasn't there often enough to get a whole feeling of the story, but I remember laughing at the stuff that I got to see. The writing was good, and the animation was good. Yeah, and I was happy to be part of it.
There is another reason why I got you here, Megan.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Because a slight malfunction, this is the actual plot line, a slight malfunction causes chaos control and sends Sonic the Hedgehog to Earth. While there, Sonic meets Chris Thorndyke, who aids at collecting the Chaos Emeralds so Sonic and friends can go home. So essentially, It is about Sonic meeting humans.
Yes.
Fast forward 17 years, and on Valentine's Day, they're going to have a live-action version.
Right. Live-action Sonic.
Yeah.
Because why not? Right? It was a game, and we made a cartoon out of it. Now there's a cartoon, and they're like, well, let's make a live action out of it. I wonder what will come next.
I have serious reservations about this. This is either going to make or break any sort of video game adaptation for the next 10 years. Because it's such a well-known property. It's like Super Mario when they tried to do the Super Mario Brothers in the 90s. And that bombed, if I recall. And now, obviously, they're doing it with Sonic. And obviously, they've already had the flack by having Sonic in the wrong way, and then they've had to redesign it.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
Basically, they released the trailer, and everyone went, oh, my God, what have they done? And so the fans all got together on Twitter and said, we don't like it, basically. And then they redesigned it and then re-released the new trailer. And it's starting to look okay. But it'll be interesting to see how it is. And then we get to the other problem. Well, I say problem, it's not exactly a problem. It's an interesting casting choice, put it that way.
Oh, tell me.
Jim Carrey is Robotnik.
I will be very curious. Because Jim Carrey, I mean, come on. I was skeptical of him as the Grinch, and he won me over. So I will no longer be skeptical of Jim Carrey. I think he will maybe win you over, Matt. I have faith.
I have faith as well. This is the thing. Sonic was a 90s property. I like the 90s. I think the 90s was the best decade ever made.
Good times.
And I bet that's probably why they chose Jim Carrey, because of the nostalgic. Because he was doing so much in the 90s. He was doing The Mask, he was doing Batman, he was doing Truman Show. Makes sense.
Brilliant. I'm in.
Yeah, and they've got Ben Schwartz to voice Sonic.
Oh, I confess I didn't see it, but people loved Detective Pikachu. What'd you think?
Okay. Detective Pikachu, wasn't it Ryan Reynolds who voiced Pikachu, if I recall? Ryan Reynolds isn't my obvious choice there.
Yeah, I still want to see it. Just haven't had the moment.
I see the connection now, because obviously you did Pokemon, didn't you?
Well, no, I'm just talking about much beloved 90s cartoons brought to three-dimensional life.
I don't know where they are with this, but I can say it's in pre-production, obviously.
What?
So just remember, this is a Japanese anime that you've done. They're doing what looks like a Japanese live-action version of Naruto.
Oh, I did hear this rumor. Wow. That could be totally amazingly awesome.
Now we can go on to the next thing with Japanese properties like Naruto's, like Death Note, which is an obvious one, where they've taken the material and then adapted it into a American-esque, culture-esque film. What are your thoughts on that?
Positive and negative. I mean, let's face it, Hollywood makes some amazing movies that are super fun. And it doesn't diminish the original anime, the original manga. Those are still intact, and those are still incredibly beautiful. I mean, Hollywood's going to mangle it at times, and they're going to bring it to another level other times. So it depends. It depends on how the final product looks, and it's going to be for some people and not for other people. You know, I love to see movies in the hands of a great artist. I love the Miyazaki films and the studio. I never know if it's Ghibli or Ghibli. I love to see richly nuanced and subtle and beautiful film. And very oftentimes when Hollywood comes at something, they just hack at it to find the quickest, cheapest way to get something on the screen. So that's always heartbreaking when you see something you love handled so brutally. Then that sucks. When you see something you love brought to a different level with respect and dignity and humor and a way of looking at it you hadn't thought of before, then everybody wins.
Death Note's a great example of this. I mean, they did a live-action Japanese version of it, and then they Americanized it for Netflix, and it's just not the same.
I have to confess, I haven't seen it. So they blew it in the American version?
I would say they probably did, yeah.
Aww.
Let's talk a bit about you, Megan, anyway. You yourself. What made you want to get into voice acting in the first place?
I kind of bounced around like a ball in a pinball machine. If we go all the way back, I fell in love with Raiders of the Lost Ark when I was a kid. And right there I decided I wanted to be in the movie. I wanted to be in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I loved it that much. And so I figured out that people worked in movies. People made movies. And I thought, well, that's as close as I could get. And so I pursued a course of making movies and, you know, kind of got involved in theater in high school and did a course of film and television at university and discovered there that even though I was studying film, instead of making my own films, I kept trying to get into other people's films. And so I was like, oh no, I'm an actress. This is really hard. So I started studying acting and discovered I loved it. And one of the messages that was loud and clear to me is that it's really hard to make a living as an actress. So my motto was act no matter what. I had day jobs and I took classes at night and I did shows at night and I made very little money from acting, but I loved it. I did what I loved as often as I could. And mostly I was doing like off-Broadway theater and just whatever random thing I could find. And then someone said, do you do voice acting? And I said, yes. And that led to my first job, which led to my second job, which led to me just loving it and feeling like, okay, this could be my niche, my career. And it paid, not like private jets, but it paid eventually enough that I could quit my day job. And that has been such a blessing. I still kind of pinch myself and say, who do you think you are making money off a job you love? But it's the best. I get to do funny voices, work with amazing people, read fantastic scripts, watch beautifully illustrated work, and be a part of this incredible community.
Well, I do have to ask this question, and I bet you get it all the time. I imagine it's one of the most sought-after questions at any sort of convention. It's like everyone puts their hand up and you know what the question is. What advice would you give to anyone wanting to pursue a career in the industry?
Yay! Number one, be open to possibilities. So, like me, the kid who literally wanted to step into a movie and be a part of it, watch where that trail leads. Number two, take acting classes, because number one, you would have to. If you want to be a voice actor, you have to take acting classes. You have to know how to act, not just with your voice, but with your whole body. And you have to know how to make choices. They'll give you some advice in the booth, but no one's going to tell you how to act and how to manipulate your voice and how to have feelings. So learn how to act. And the other great thing about learning to act is that you'll get to know yourself better. You'll get to know the world better. And it might, again, as it did for me, it might send you in a direction you did not know existed or you did not know you wanted to be a part of. And that's just an amazing gift. The universe is so mysterious and exciting. Then after acting classes, there's only, as far as I know right now, there's only a couple cities where specifically anime is happening, and that's New York and LA, and I think it's Dallas, Texas. I mean, I know there's stuff going on in Germany and Italy. I don't know what's going on in the UK. Do you? Are people dubbing in the UK?
That's a good question.
number 4 or whatever number we're on, find that out. And then, move to one of those places, start to get the contacts. Yeah. And then live the dream.
Now we're going to get a bit technical now, Megan.
Oh boy. Yes.
Is it more difficult to voice for Japanese anime than it is to do a game for a Western property?
Just different. I wouldn't say more difficult, less difficult, just very different. With Japanese anime, I have the ability to reference what they said in Japanese as a starting point. Like how did it sound when they originally did it? So there's a lot of data there. There's a lot of information. And frankly, even without that, there's pictures. Most of the time, well, I'd say 70% of the time in doing video game work, there's no images. There's just a script. And most of the time the director knows why you're saying what you're saying. But sometimes it's a little unclear. So there's less information in a video game, but then that also gives you a little bit of freedom. There's less constraint in terms of matching flap. You do have to match a certain time frame, but it's a little more flexible. But I enjoy both of them. I do burn out my voice doing games pretty often. A couple weeks ago, I did some work, and I didn't actually have to die 17 different ways, but I didn't know ahead of time that they wanted a really gruff character. And that's not usually what people cast me for. I was sort of surprised. So after an hour and a half of talking like this, I was done. I didn't totally lose my voice, but I rested for the rest of the day.
Well, let's talk about cons.
Yay!
I've only just started going to cons. It's not just like purely like anime cons, it's all across the board really. I mean, gaming and TV and film and whatever. You must be on social media.
Yeah, but I need to up my social media game. I've not been posting like I should. Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, obviously you've got people who cosplay and people who do fan art and people who do like dubbing, their own dubbing. That's another thing that seems to be happening as well. What have you encountered in terms of your own career?
First of all, I just started doing conventions again, and I've only been to 3. I had enough going on in LA that it kind of wasn't on my radar, and it was actually Veronica Taylor and Tara Sands were like, you got to start doing this. And the ones I've done so far have been with one or both of them because it makes it so much more fun to be with your friends. But in terms of fan stuff, oh my gosh, that's what makes going to a convention so awesome, is the creativity and imagination of fans. You know, the work itself, the anime and the dubs that we've added to them is awesome. But the real spirit and the real reason they're alive is because of the connection of that expression and the fans' expression back. It's a community. It's not just like anime going out on the DVD or Netflix or the TV. It's not one direction. It's the way anime is received by the people watching it, the people interacting with it. And the only time the voice actors get to actually experience and interact with it is at conventions. So that has been just eye-opening to me and so very rewarding. The first con I did after coming back about a year and a half ago, there was a cosplayer there who was dressed in a pitch perfect Nurse Joy costume. And I was just so tickled. All I wanted to do was take pictures with her all day. I've seen a baby dressed as Tauntaun from Naruto. I didn't see the baby in real life. I saw it online, and I'm dying. In fact, I've written to the mother to see if I can post it on my Instagram because it was so completely adorable. I've seen men dressed as Nurse Joy and My Valentine, which is always a treat. You know, I almost feel awkward saying it. We're in an era where men can dress as women and women dressed as men, but it's still just enjoyable and exuberant to see a guy in those traditionally female costumes. What else made me laugh out loud or just derive joy? You know, it's not even just my characters. It's just watching all the cosplayers at cons, especially kids who dress up out of this bubbling sense of excitement, you know, where you're so enthusiastic about something you can't just hold it in. Not even that you can't hold it in. You need more than your ordinary everyday expression to express how excited you are about it. And that's where you need a costume. You need something else to show the world how excited you are. And that's why I love it. Oh, and the fan art. God bless. I am so grateful to be the recipient of, again, that expression of exuberance, because many fans do gift me with some of their artwork. That is a blessing. I don't take that lightly. That's a very generous gift.
I would say that there's been a bit of a culture shift in the last 20 years or so, probably because of the internet, probably because of social media. 20 years ago, you would have not had, amongst the female demographic, you wouldn't have had female gamers and
right.
and stuff like that. And obviously there's a shift there because obviously more females are getting involved in voiceover now as well.
Mm-hmm. And the whole convention thing was more fringy. You know, it was less mainstream. So it's really been cool to see that shift happening.
I wouldn't say I do cosplay. I just get jackets. But this is the thing. I get jackets that you can buy online. That's fine. But there's some people out there who really like properly paper mache and create their own cosplay.
Oh my gosh, I've started following some people online, and I'm so impressed with not just the level they go to, but the amount of skill they put into it. The sewing, and you're right, the paper mache and the meticulous detail is so inspiring. It's awesome. I really, really, really enjoy that.
I have to mention, because I'm a 90s historian, as if that's a thing, you know.
It's a total thing. Yeah. It's a thing.
90s historian makes me feel old. It does make me feel old, especially when I remember when Pokemon came out and they had the cards. You know the cards.
I've seen the cards.
You've seen the cards. Something happened last year and I thought, what? The best news, and I think Veronica would be happy as well, is the fact that after, was it 19 years, he'd actually managed to win a Pokemon tournament.
Right? How cuckoo bananas. Okay, so that happened.
And it's like,
yeah.
Had he not?
That's definitely the end of an era, huh?
Mm. Oh, dear.
That's funny, though. Had he not?
Yeah. Bit of a dangerous question for you, though, Megan. Okay. You'll enjoy this. Right. Obviously, you've done a variety of characters. Are there any characters that you haven't done that you would like to do?
Right now, so I'm sitting in my booth, and there are, 7 or 8 pieces of paper sitting on a music stand. And they are auditions I've done in the last couple days. I want to do all those characters. The odds are slim. I would say my booking ratio is probably higher in anime, but for commercial reads I book, it's not atypical to book like 1 out of 100. So yeah, just thinking of auditioning, I would like to book a lot of the characters I just read. They were good. I worked hard, I sounded great, and then I give it up to the universe because who knows what they're looking for? It's not personal. Whoever's casting knows they're looking for a certain thing, or maybe they don't, and they might hear it in my voice, and they might hear it in someone else's, and then they move on. So there's that sort of flip answer. In terms of, like, characters from manga or other anime, scanning, I don't have an answer for you. And you know what? Here's the thing. And I could research and be like, yeah, who do I want to play? And then I would think of someone, and then I wouldn't get that part, and I would be sad. Or actually, maybe it wouldn't go that way. Maybe I would research and think of someone, and then, like, it would be like The Secret, and the universe would give it to me. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what to do with all that.
Well, I'm going to share something with the listener now about the universe.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, the universe can be very tranquil. It can be very calm, can't it, Megan?
What are you quoting?
No, I'm not quoting anybody. But it can be, can't it? It can be calm,
Yes.
it can be tranquil.
Yes.
And you're also a yoga instructor as well.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, I was. It's been several years now. I was a very calm yoga instructor. And you know what? I think my voice was better when I was teaching yoga because I was breathing at least once a day when I taught classes. There was a lot of deep breathing and movement. I don't teach anymore. I love yoga. But I was trying to use yoga as my day job. Turns out it doesn't pay very well. Big miscalculation on my part. So I still take yoga classes, but I don't teach anymore.
There is a reason why I brought this up.
Mm.
Because I went to MCM last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And one of the stands, I was looking at it thinking, that can't be right. One of the stands is that you can sit down, you can get a free massage.
What?
You can get a free massage. I think you have to donate, but you can get a free massage. But I'm just thinking, why on earth, obviously with your background, why on earth could you not do a con, right? Mm-hmm. Why can't they do one where they get everybody to sit down, and then the person who obviously is the guest, in this case it's you, could do a yoga class, but in the voice of a character that they've done?
Well, I'll pitch it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I will pitch that. Yeah.
Nurse Joy giving yoga classes.
Yeah. She would be very, very sweet. All right. Take your right ankle and put it behind your head. Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You get it one off now. I want copyright on that idea.
Yeah, okay. You got it. You will get royalties from the millions I make. I've always got advice for my mom and my husband, my kids, like, when they're sick. I'm like, this is what you should do. You should gargle with this. You should gargle with that. When they argue, you know what I say? I say, I'm sorry, which one of us played a nurse on TV? Thank you. That's right.
I'm going to ask you a question now, and you'll be like, oh, he's good. You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Is anime a form of yoga for the mind?
Ooh! You are good. Well, here's the trippy answer. Yoga means to yoke. Well, it can be a bunch of things, but the everyday experience of life with God, the great universe, a higher consciousness. I'm sure, I know for certain that for many, that anime is that link for them that takes them to a different place, that takes them from their ordinary surroundings to a different world. Now, whether that world is a higher universal truth, I can't say, but it could serve that purpose. So, gotcha. I didn't know if you wanted a real answer, but it struck me that it could.
You're going to be using that. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I wanted to go into technology now, quickly. Japanese anime continues onwards, and obviously...
Hooray!
Yeah, that's fine. But with the American side, we've started to get into stuff like mocap. and that kind of thing. I'm not sure. Looking at the IMDb credits, if you actually have had a chance to do that yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten to do that thing with the little ping pong balls stuck all over my face. Yeah, no, I have not done mocap.
Is it something that you would like to pursue?
Yes. I mean, just like there's 1,000 things I would like to pursue. We all have to make choices, right? Like, what am I going to pursue right now? So, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe. Big maybe. You know, my list of things to do. Here's what my vision is for the year. I did at the new year. I thought, okay, where do I want to see my career going? What do I think is next? And I just have to do a bunch of business and marketing things, like a new website, new publicity photos, or at least get more out there. I need to take an improv class. I need to up my game. I need to take another acting class because sometimes I get rusty. I want to talk to some on-camera agents. I think I've got a character look now and I could get some on-camera work. So there's always stuff for me to do. Maybe it's mocap. I'm writing it down because, you know, I haven't pursued that avenue in a while. Maybe this year's the year.
So really, I've actually had a positive effect on you.
There you go. We all do, right?
Yeah.
Right? You could walk into a donut store and end up living in another country.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
As well as anime is a form of yoga for the mind.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to make it, I want a t-shirt. Actually, no, I'll make it. I'll make it. If you're ever in the UK, if you're ever at a con in the UK and I know about it, I'll bring the t-shirt with me. You can have a free one.
All right, you heard it here, folks.
Well, obviously, I'm going to give you a 1-minute plug. Obviously, it's to plug your career, Sonic X, and anything else you've got coming up, which is subject to NDAs.
Yeah, I've recorded a couple of things recently, but I can't really talk about them. My Instagram handle is Megan Hollingshead VO, and that's where I post most of my interesting information and also a lot of uninteresting information. So follow that. And I'm doing more and more cons, so keep your eyes out. Hopefully I'll come to a city or town near you.
As I said at the start, it's really hard to pick out anything from your career because it spans... I will say a lot of it spans Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah, the things I'm most known for are Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Bleach, and Naruto.
Do you know what? As a final note, Megan, because obviously it's been fantastic.
This is all going right to my head, by the way. You're not going to be able to live with me for hours after this.
Wasn't the 90s the best decade?
Wasn't it the best? It was the best. I'm also going to get my hair cut like Jennifer Aniston right now, because that was the best.
I mean...
Go 90s.
I mean, think about it, right? I mean, I've got nothing against social media. Like, I think, okay, it's all right, but in the wrong hands, it's not. I mean, you mentioned before about your kids not knowing what a tape recorder was.
Answering machine, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously you got the internet, which in the 90s was dial-up.
No, dial-up. I wish I could make those noises.
I can.
Do you have a ringtone or do you have a flip phone?
No, I've got a smartphone.
Okay. Some people are going back and getting flip phones now.
Really?
Yeah, there's people who are like, no, you know what? The 90s was the best, and I'm going to carry a flip phone. You know what? I'm starting to think it makes a certain amount of sense, because we are all connected on this grid, and when the Cylons come, they're going to take us all out at once. Right? Unless you have a flip phone, and then you will be saved.
I'm just looking around my room now, and a lot of my stuff... I mean, I'm looking point blank at a poster of a Chavy Pikachu... yeah. I'm also looking at Legend of Zelda. Zelda, you know, that's survived. That survived the 90s, and most of the stuff I've got around me is games from the 90s of CDs that I've purchased recently in the event of doing a stream of all the gaming stuff.
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
I miss the 90s. If someone said you can go back to the 90s, erase 20 years, I'd probably do it.
Do it. Do it. There you go. There's another premise for a movie.
Dear. Well, Megan, on that bombshell.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. I was really nervous. I'm nervous about interviews, and you made this so lovely. It was just like talking to an old friend. Thank you.
That's very nice of you to say.
All right.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.